Does the future scares you? Can you see yourself in the very different world? This society change make you uncertain? Are you insecure with your future? Not because the insecurities of life, but because you can see all this change you cannot manage. Today we're going to talk about adaptability. And adaptability is one of important features leaders need to have. And even us to survive in the society worlds today. My name is Alessandra Donaldson. I am a founder and CEO of Alessandra Donaldson Institute of Human Development Leadership for Business and Individuals. I'm here to help you understand that adaptability is something that can help you. I have my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube channel. Follow, leave a comment, give us a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are here to help you understand you better and improve your life and the quality of your life. Okay, so adaptability. One of the main things in adaptability is understand that change is not necessarily a bad thing. Life is not always the same. Even has a saying that if you are not moving, if you're not changing, if your life is not going up, or you are not evolving, you are degrading, you are going down. It means you never is going to be stagnate. You're never going to be the same. That's the word I want, is stagnate. So you cannot be stagnant like a water that is, even the water that is stopped there is not going to stay there too long, or because the sun is going to evaporate, or because that is going to move. The particles, we as humans, everything in the world is vibrational energy. And vibration energy is always changing. Energy never lose energy, always moving, changing, transforming. But you're not talking about this today. You're talking about adaptability. And adaptability is a very important feature. We need many from these times that is having so much change in so little period of time. Right? We are living in a times of change, and this change is so fast past today with this technology and everything discovered, and we communicate fast, we have things fast, things that deliver, you order fast, everything so fast today that we sometimes have the sense that we don't have that control. But at the same time, you have a sphere of control, which we already talked about in one of our videos, which is the sphere which has to do with you, which has to do with yourself, with your wills, with the things you can do, with the obligations, activities. You control yourself, you control your behavior, you control the things that is surrounding you. The rest you cannot control. You cannot come to this point of total control. I can control what someone is gonna say about me. I can control how people are gonna think, or how someone is driving in front of me is gonna react. I need to be aware to respond towards what is good for me, right? But let's talk about today adaptability. I have a few notes here, and one of the things about the adaptability is flexibility for the changes. Flexibility allow grow in uncertain times. Like I said, we are in the uncertain times. Uncertain times keep us insecure. Insecurity comes from within. Sometimes you feel insecure, but if you pull from yourself, calm yourself down, may have that little time they call mindfulness, have the time, breathe in, breathe out, and you calm yourself down and start thinking about the things you want, the things you can do, how you want your surroundings in your life, you keep yourself a little more not so uncertain. You keep yourself more secure with yourself, because security doesn't mean you have control about everything. Control is a different thing, okay? Anyway, we're going to talk about this today. I have a little book that I'm going to share with you, and this book talks about how we can open we can release control. We don't need necessarily be also always under control of everything. So talks about here. I put a post out there. In the post, it talks about adaptability. Adaptability is a skill that allows humans to seize opportunities, learn new skills, and navigate through life's ups and downs. Exactly what you're talking. When you adapt yourself, when you understand that you are not always, things are not always the same, you can adapt and go with the flow a little better and keep in control things you can control. And I continue here in the post saying that it's not about changing who you are, but it's about expanding who you can become. Adaptability can help you learn new skills, get new skills, as says in the beginning. You learn new skills, you change toward things that can be better for you. Okay, so one of the things here we study in marketing, the three movers. When we study marketing, study about how you are going to, how people are going to consume your product. So let's give an example about the electric cars today. Electric cars is something we can use. So within the marketing, they always study the psychological, how the consumer is going to behave, and the consumer is understood as three categories of consumers. They have the first movers, is the person who go there and get in the first time, love novelty, love things that is out there. They have the intermediate, which is the second movers, at the person who wait a little longer, stay, see how the product is gonna work, how people are gonna like or not, have a little feedback to absorb, to use and consume, spend money, time of learning how to use the new product. I am part of the second movers. I never jump with novelty. I am with someone that needed at least to have a little understanding how things goes, if it's gonna work well, and let people try first, and then I am the one who is going there. And you have the later with the cow, which is the third mover, the last movers. So you have three categories of movers: the first movers, the second mover, the third mover. This study helps people understand how they adapt to changes, how those people, the consumers, is going to adapt to a big novelty, right? Or something different, something they use different, how is going to be absorbed. The majority of people are between second movers and late movers, depending where you are in the category, has a lot of things that influence. For example, the last movers is always the ones financial a little different, because not always. The later movies wait for the be produced in large scale, drop the price, have a lot of people, fix a lot of problems they have in the product first. So they are the late moves. They need a little more security. The middle movers, they are ready, go ahead, consume after a certain time, and the novelty is the one that just go there, jump, love everything change. So they adapt fast to change. So these three things, these three categories help us understand psychologically how we deal with changes in life, right? And I want to share with you here in this book. This book's Turning Goals into Result is from Harvard Business Review, from Jim Collins. Jim Collins, let's share with you here a little bit about this author. This author is the one who wrote a very famous book in marketing business world. He wrote the book Built to Last, which is a very classic there. He has a businesses in management research, but we are going to talk about what he says here in this book. This book, Turning Goals into Result, he talks about the catalytic mechanism. What it has to do, he means catalytic mechanism is when things are operating in a way, if you let the things flow, if you let the things happen, there is always a little point where the things happen. If you try to control all the features, all the elements that go, if you try to control all the things that are involved in management, in everything you're doing, or any kind of research, if you try to control everything, sometimes you take it longer to get the catalytic, que eles falam, they say here, catalytic change. So he talks about here, what is the catalytic mechanism? Catalytic mechanisms are the crucial link between objectives and performance. They are galvanizing, no bureaucratic means to turn one thing into the other. It means is when things going and then have the little click that makes things happen. And then he has here talking about this 5 different elements, 5 different points of catalytic mechanism. And the first one, he says that produce desires, results are unpredictable ways. You can't really predict everything. You can't. So you can't control everything. You need to adapt to the change. You can have a level of prediction, but you can control everything. That's what he's saying here. He finalizes here saying that by giving up control and decreasing predictability, you increase the probability of attaining extraordinary results. It means when you let things flow, when you let things be more free, when you let things adapt yourself to what is going to happen and absorb that things is going to happen. And try, it's like when you go from move to a big city or move to a different city, you go there and get a job, you start learning you start adapting yourself to new environment, to new neighborhood, you are not in control of everything. Right? Like I said, you have a sphere of control, but you're not in control of everything. Adaptability is important for social life, society itself, and living in society. And he talks about another thing here, which is the last one. He talks about 5 characteristics. The last one, it means that produce an ongoing effect. When catalytic mechanism happen, it means it produce something in the flow, produce something in the going to the direction. So that's what I'm gonna like to share with you today. It's very important. Learn to be adaptable. Life is not always the same. Life is not gonna be always stop in the same way. Thank Lord, we are always changing, evolving, remember, if you don't work on yourself or you go down, so try to work on towards going up. The Bible even says God put us to evolve, to grow, to produce fruits, right? The ones that don't produce fruits are the ones that is condemning the world. But what is produced food has to do with not always having big results out there, but when you help someone, you produce fruits. When you when you clean your own area, you produce foods. When you have your kids, you produce food. If you don't have kids, when you work, you produce foods. Be not always stagnated. Be always producing good results with good intentions. Intentions is essential. You can produce a result with a simple smile to someone. In a day you are walking somewhere, you're in line, you're waiting for something, you smile for the person and you just produce a result. You are productive in just smiling to someone. Okay, so that's how evolving. We need to evolve. We always think evolving, we think in big things, but the simple details of life makes difference. And life is built in details. Life is built in the little bitty things that might help us to move and to grow. Okay, that's what I'm gonna talk about today. We are catching up this year. A lot of things I have been doing for myself to evolve, also to adapt, and adapt to my agenda. A little crazy, but the way I love. And I see you the next time. Follow, leave a comment, give us a like. Let me know what you would like to talk. The next time, next week, we are gonna talk about integrity. So we are gonna talk about things that is important for us always here. So I'm really happy if you can participate. See you the next time. Alessandra Donaldson here.